Melvin Guillory with Lear Real Estate Investment and Consulting Solutions. I'm here with one of my platinum clients, Ms. Towonda Hill. Actually one of my favorite clients, and we've had great success in a short period of time. So we wanted just to offer this opportunity to share a little bit of Ms. Hill's story, and also just to share with you with the results that you can reasonably expect. We've coined our system Lear Real Estate's 2911 prosperity formula, and this formula works. And Ms. Hill is an example of the formula in work, in action, and the results that it receives. And I'll let Ms. Hill just share with you a little bit about her story.
My name is Towonda Hill. As Melvin mentioned, I am one of his platinum level members. And I'll go back to when I first met Melvin. I met him roughly about a year ago. And I was introduced to him by a mutual friend who told me that he would probably be a good person for me to meet up with if I was truly interested in doing real estate investments. Throughout the past 20 years, or 20 plus years, I've worked for an engineering firm, corporate America. During that time frame, I was building my own portfolio, so I thought, something that I would have to rely on once I hit retirement age. But I wanted to do more. I just wasn't sure how to actually go about doing that. So once I connected with Melvin, he was able to push me in the right direction. And I say push because being an engineer, I'm all about data, all about the numbers. I want to see it right now. What's going to happen? What am I going to get? What do I have to put in? And are you sure this is going to work for me?
Right.
So he mentioned the 2911 prosperity formula. I'm like, okay, that doesn't mean anything to me. What is that? Well, he broke it down for me and put it on paper so that it made sense to me. It made me feel like I could trust him. I could move in with this new formula. I could grow. I could grow to a level that I could retire early if I chose to do so. And I stated that to him jokingly, saying, I'll need to retire in about a year, so I need you to make this happen.
Right.
And he was like, well, what is your goal? I want to be a millionaire in a year. And he was like, Miss Hill, we can make that happen. And I was like, this man is full of it. But as we went down the line, everything started coming together. So in about 3 to 6 months, Melvin came to me. He said, I have an opportunity for you. And I was like, dang, it's only been 3 months. What are you doing? There can't be anything out there right now. And he hooked me up with a real estate property in Houston. And I said, well, I don't know. It sounds good. On paper, it looks good, but I'm hesitant. He said, get your line of questions. Call me back. Let me know what you want to do. So I got my line of questions. I called him. He answered every one of them. He answered them to my satisfaction. So much so that I went ahead and I purchased that property in Houston with a very high amount of equity at the time of purchase. It was a deal that I just couldn't pass up. It was a deal that I felt like it was the best one for someone who was making their very first investment. But I wouldn't have been able to do that without Melvin and without his expertise. I would say persuasion, but he's not going to persuade you to do anything. What it is you have to be able to take that first step. And I was able to do that because of my, number one, faith in myself, and number two, faith in what he was telling me. It didn't just sound like a bunch of words he was reading off a piece of paper. That being said, I went ahead and I set up my own company with the intent to be a real estate investor. Still kind of leery, still not sure how it was going to work out, even though I had that piece of property, still have that piece of property. I was still just doing the deep sighs, trying to say, okay, Melvin, are we making the right move?
Right.
He calls me on a regular basis to keep my head above water, to let me know, hey, Miss Hill, we're doing the right thing. Everything is moving in the right direction. So much so that before the end of 2017, he came to me with another proposition, and I'm thinking, wow, I just did this deal. I don't know yet. You told me one thing at a time. He said, well, that deal is already done. It's sealed. You already got what you needed from that deal. Now it's time to move on to something bigger for what you wanted to do. You want to be a real estate investor? Let's do it. I got my questions again. He answered those questions, and now we're at a point where we're working on a subdivision, something that's going to generate tons of revenue, something that I'll be able to rely on, not only for me, but for my children and their children. That being said, with this subdivision moving in the right direction, it has allowed us to obtain a $1.2 million line of credit. And that's something that's going to not only fund this subdivision, but it will actually fund other things to come and actually make me a truly strong real estate investor. And I couldn't have done it without Melvin Guillory here.
Wow, and I mean, the proof is in the pudding, and Ms. Hill is a testament. If you follow the system works. We want to work for you. We want to put your family in a better position also. But most importantly, you have to want it. You have to want to take those steps to partner with the right people, to come on board and do your due diligence of the things that we need you to do, and just follow the system to where you can put your children in a position to where they'll have a leg up, to where you can build that legacy and that generational wealth. And that's what this is about. And what our revolutionary prosperity formula, that's the purpose of it. The purpose is to build generational wealth, to secure your future today and your kids' future for tomorrow, and to make your purpose of your life, your living, your decisions to benefit yourself now, to enjoy your life more abundantly, but also to bring you into a place to where your children will be able to reap the rewards because mommy and daddy made the right decision. Some of you may be out there and you're saying, hey, I'm doing okay, but sometimes you have to take that next step, because you can't just think about yourself. You have to think about, hey, I didn't just come here just to work. I didn't come here just to get by. I came here to thrive. I came here to be the maximum expression that God created me to be. And with our revolutionary formula, that's the purpose. We will take you from point A to point Z, and we'll take you there efficiently, and we'll take you there in a manner that's going to be not just left to yourself. Like Ms. Hill said, we're going to walk hand in foot with you. But the first step has to be yours. And that first step is clicking on the link and getting started. That's the first step, and it's the most important step. Take that step today. Like I said, we're not here to tell you, hey, you're going to get rich over 30 minutes. But we are saying that we can take you from where you're at and put you and your family in a much better position, into a position to where you'll have options available to you, and to where you can grow and you can manifest the things that you were destined to manifest. But you got to have a plan, and we have that. You got to have a plan. You got to have partnerships in place to where you can execute that plan, and you got to have a team together. We have all those things already intact for you. So your biggest thing and your biggest decision that you'll make in your life is to click on the link below and get started.